Hey, brain said move your lazy biceps. Keep moving, keep moving.
Here we see a neuron is sending electrical signals to neighbouring neurons.
Huh?
But then a terrible scene began to unfold.
Oh, Huda.
Who are you?
Hi there. I'm the inflammatory response. I don't really know what I'm doing here, but you look really attractive.
And what do you want from me here? I think you should just leave. You're kind of interrupting my job.
Oh, hold on. What the heck is going on here? Hey, B cells and T cells.
Leave my myelin sheath alone. Kirsten, we have a leak.
What we've just witnessed is the demyelination of nerves within the disease process known as MS. Before we examine the etiological hypotheses of this disease, let's examine the pathogenesis of this disease. In MS, it is the targeted destruction of myelin that results in the formation of plaques of lesions throughout the nervous system. The loss of electrical insulation within MS translates into the characteristic symptoms of spasticity, muscle weakness, and tremor. Despite its simple appearance, the myelin sheath serves many functions within the CNS. It is an electrical insulator that forms a protective sheath around the axons of neurons. The main purpose of a myelin layer is to increase the speed at which impulses propagate along the nerve and reduce current loss. This process begins with the recruitment and infiltration of immune cells across the blood-brain barrier, the tight vascular junction between the blood and brain that should normally prevent the passage of large proteins into neural tissue. High levels of IL-12 in MS patients initiate and sustain the inflammatory response, with activated lymphocytes such as Th1 and Th12 playing a critical role in the destruction of myelin and eventually the nerve. In MS, these lymphocytes recognize normal, healthy components of the CNS as foreign and begin to attack them as if they were an invading virus. Despite having a thorough understanding of the pathogenesis of MS, the etiology is still under debate. Three dominant theories have emerged in the scientific arena. Who will be the victor?
Hi! What is going on?
Oh, hey guys, long time no see. What's up?
Well, I don't know what these guys are doing here, but I know I was called in today because there's a presentation going on about MS. My name's chromosome 6, and I'm 170 million base pairs long, and I contain the genes for major histocompatibility complex, right here on my PR.
The what?
MHC, I create immune system policemen. Remember, all cells within the body need to present their driver's license to MHC. This is what allows me to recognize foreign antigens and flag them down for destruction.
So, shouldn't you be in a genetics lecture or something?
If you'd done your research, you'd know that MS occurs in family clusters. Look here! This region here is the MHC class 2 DRB1 gene. It's long been known that a large number of individuals with MS display polymorphisms on this gene. 60% of MS patients in Northern Europe are positive for DRB1, the 1501 haplotype, as opposed to 30% in the normal population.
Unfortunately, the genetic hypothesis has some glaring holes. Whilst DQ and DR variations have been demonstrated in genome-wide association studies of individuals with MS, family clustering reveals some startling results. Within pairs of MS-positive identical twins, it seems that only 20 to 30% will both develop MS. This indicates that genetic factors only have a very modest role.
Well, I definitely have a role, don't I? The risk of developing MS in an individual with no family history is 1 in 1,000. Besides, they've also found that MHC class 1 haplotypes can confer a protective factor. Researchers have been conducting large studies and they've identified a great deal of non-MHC risk alleles, some of which can be found on my pal chromosome 12.
Rightio. I'm sure they have. Move over. I have the floor now. I'm the Epstein-Barr virus.
Researchers first began to postulate a link between EBV infection, the kissing disease, and MS when they sourced the similarities between the geographic distribution of these diseases.
So, how did you get here? I know she lives here. I don't know about you.
I am transmitted orally and infects submucosal B cells in lymphoid tissues. My little viral gene baby products have spread through those B cells and establish a lifelong persistent infection of memory B cells. I infect the immune system and activate autoreactive T cells. I can shut down the expression of EBV-encoded antigens, thus I am invisible to the immune system. I have the ability to enter the central nervous system and release pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines, initiating neuroinflammation.
So, what? You can cause neuroinflammation? You know that's not the same thing as autoimmunity.
Well, for your information, epidemiological studies have shown that EBV-negative individuals have a substantially lower risk of developing MS than those who are EBV-positive. Furthermore, individuals who have contracted EBV, which is manifested into mononucleosis, during adolescence or early adulthood, have a 20-fold increased risk of developing MS. So, what do you have to say for that?
Despite this, EBV is known to have infected over 95% of the adult population, whereas MS incidence is very low in comparison. Most of the evidence for the infection hypothesis has been derived from epidemiology and conjecture. EBV infection therefore does not fully account for the development of MS, where other predisposing factors must also be considered.
Thank you, Miss Voice, but I think I'll take over. Good day, everyone. Thanks to me. Oh, tough crowd. Anywho, I am the sun. Well, I'm just representation of it, obviously. I'm here to plead hypovitaminosis D as one of the etiology in this disease called multiple sclerosis.
Poser, idiot!
Shut up. As most of you guys already know, majority of the vitamin D that people need is synthesized in the body, but via the UVB rays that I emit. Strong epidemiological studies show that countries or regions that are further away from the equator have higher incidence of MS than countries closer to it. The common factor is me. They experience less of my sunshine loving as you go further north or south of the equator.
So, wait, you're telling me that your people found a few statistics on MS, looked at a world map of low sunlight areas and then, hey, vitamin D deficiency causes MS.
Recent studies show that good old vitamin D has an immunomodulatory function. If you have hypovitaminosis D, autoreactive and inappropriately activated T cells are inhibited from secreting the pro-inflammatory cytokine IL-17. So unlike EBV, which just sits on statistic, and unlike genetics, where identical twins have different concordance of MS, I'm credible. I explain everything. A lack of me results in crazy immune response.
Unfortunately, vitamin D is only implicated in the immune and inflammatory process, so this hypothesis is not a direct etiology of MS. Although it has long been known that areas further away from the equator see an exaggerated incidence of MS, there remain significant levels of MS in tropical countries. Vitamin D merely confers a protective function. It has no role in the initiation of autoimmunity.
The hell? What are you talking about? Yeah, that's all you do.
Silence! None of the theoretical factors discussed today are individually strong enough to be the sole etiology of MS. In fact, the etiology of MS is most likely to involve a combination of all three etiologies. MS is an autoimmune disorder in which components of the immune system recognize normal body tissues, such as those in the CNS, as foreign and tries to get rid of them. The origin of these self-reactive immune cells is most probably due to a number of factors. An individual must possess a number of genetic polymorphisms in a yet unknown combination. There is a polygenic influence on MS susceptibility. Environmental factors that confer immunoprotective functions, such as levels of sunlight and vitamin D, may predispose individuals to developing an abnormal response to an infectious agent, such as EBV, where mechanisms of autoimmunity, such as molecular mimicry, may result in the formation of autoreactive T cells and the initiation of inflammatory cascades within the CNS. Ultimately, the most powerful etiological explanation for MS is a synergistic hypothesis, where all three factors contribute to the development of multiple sclerosis.